All right, now we have an idea about what correlation is. We're going to look at finding a line that's going to be a good predicting line, what we call a line of best fit or a least squares regression line. It's called least squares regression line because this is a line which, if you were to take the difference between what the actual points are and what the predicted points are, all of those differences, square the differences, they're called residuals, square the residuals, and add them all up, there's one line that's going to achieve the task of minimizing the sum of the squares. Okay, so that's very wordy, but we'll call it a least squares regression line. Don't worry about exactly how it's calculated for now. It's very easy to do in StatCrunch, and that's what I'm here to show you. So we're going to, again, open in StatCrunch, open this data in StatCrunch, and I'll show you how quick it is to do linear regression. So we have, all right, so we've got, let's move this. I always like to move it. I'm going to, I have my data, my X and my Y data, great. I'm going to go to Stat and down to Regression. A simple linear regression is where we have just X variables and Y variables. We will look at more complicated regression later. Here, my X variable is X, big surprise. My Y variable is Y. All right, now I'm going to include in here, let's see, a fitted line plot. Okay, I'm going to include that line plot. That's going to be in the output. That's a standard output. Let's click Compute. So now my output window has, let's make it a little bigger so I can see everything. My output window includes a lot of stuff that we're not going to look at right now. Right now, the main thing we're looking at is the equation for the line, which is given right here in the fourth line of output. That gives me an intercept and a slope. Now, be careful. Be careful because the intercept is the first term here, and the slope term comes next. Here, my output is reversed, so I'm going to do it the other way. So it's the negative 0.674 is the first. So negative 0.674x plus 6.582. I have to round up. Okay, so just be sure you're putting these in the right places. Okay, now the next piece of this is to what does the graph look like for the least squares line? This, notice on my stat output I've got 1 of 2. If I click this little right button, I actually get the line of best fit. Let's scale this so that it looks closer to what we have here. So this is the picture I want to have, and just looking at it, I can see that we have these 3 points below and 3 points above. So this is the kind of the picture I want to look for. It looks close to C. Let's look close up and see if that's it. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to go with C. We have these 3 points above, these 3 points below. That looks great. I think